Good morning, Guardians! My name is the Black Link, and today we're coming back at you really quickly just to talk about some Destiny 2 stuff for what's going to be going on this week, and really what's going to be coming in the coming weeks, because of course our next big update for the game is coming next week on May 29th. We're going to be getting the first of the summer updates, this one bringing some pretty interesting stuff overall to Destiny 2. But first things first, we are at the start of another week. Hope you Guardians had yourselves a great weekend. But tomorrow, Reset Day is going to be very interesting, of course, because it is going to be the first Iron Banner of Season 3. That's right, when Reset rolls around, Lord Saladin will be returning to the tower. We talked a bit about this in the TWAB video last week, but he's going to have a new set of weapons and armor ornaments for you to join. And I kind of wanted to start the conversation off there because I had some things to say about Iron Banner. I'm really happy with the way Iron Banner has turned out in the more recent iterations of it in Destiny 2. I love that it's 6v6. I'm very happy that it's continuing with that forward. I'm okay with Iron Banner control. I kind of wish it would cycle between like control and clash. Maybe not supremacy, but maybe control and clash wouldn't be too bad. But it will be coming back with again those new weapons and armor and the same game mode that you're generally used to. Now, I think it's rather interesting what Iron Banner is doing now, and really what Bungie is doing now with the armor and ornament system within Iron Banner. Because of course, you don't have to earn a new set of armor. You don't have to find a new set of armor. If you've got the Iron Banner armor from Season 2, you can actually just upgrade the ornament to change the look for it. And I think that's a very interesting way to have things moving forward. Of course, armor's kind of in a bit of a contentious spot within D2 right now. There's not really much point to it. There's nothing really that unique about armors outside of the way they look, outside of the glamour of them. It's not like D1 where you had to level up armor and different armor had different perks and whatnot. In D2, armor is mostly for aesthetics, and it seems like instead of putting a new armor set, like a whole new set that you have to like find in engrams and whatnot, into Iron Banner when Season 3 comes around, Bungie just opted to say, okay, you've already got some Iron Banner armor. In order to unlock the ornaments, which is going to serve as your new Iron Banner armor set, or at least the looks of a new Iron Banner armor set, you'll need to do a new set of challenges. And I actually kind of like that when it comes to the special event gear like this. Because it means that if you've already got the armor set, if you played plenty of Iron Banner in Season 2, you don't have to rely on RNG to get the new gear. The new gear is going to be tied to the old gear. You can just equip a brand new ornament to it. I mean, like I said before, armor doesn't really have any special perks or anything on it right now in Destiny 2, so there would really be no point in them making a completely new armor set outside of this whole ornament system. And I wonder if that's going to be what they do for faction rallies when those come back next week as well. Because while I'm perfectly fine with them putting new additional armor sets into the game, I think this system right here for event gear is actually a pretty smart way to handle things without having to go in and like code in a new completely separate set of armor. If you could just have one Iron Banner armor set and then like every season you get different ornaments that make it look completely different tied into it, I think that would be pretty cool. And that seems to be what we're getting when it comes to this stuff in Destiny 2. So super excited for Iron Banner. I love the way the new ornament set looks, but in addition to that, we're also getting a brand new PvP map alongside it. BANNERFALL is returning to Destiny 2. That's right, the sniping classic from D1 is coming back. We got word of this from a tweet on Bungie's official Twitter page. As part of the Iron Banner announcement, they said, raise your banners. Next week, Iron Banner 6v6 goes live at 10 a.m. Pacific on May 22nd. That is tomorrow. And they showed a picture of what looks to be a new version of the BANNERFALL map, kind of torn down like the old tower we used to be in was. And I'm super excited about that. BANNERFALL was a really fun map. It was really great for long sightline gameplay. So you're probably going to see a lot of sniper usage, a lot of Darcy, a lot of Borealis if you're on PlayStation, and if you're one of those lucky players who actually gets Nightfall gear, a lot of the Silicon Neuroma. Really happy they're continuing to bring in some of these older maps alongside newer maps. There's so many good maps in Destiny 1 that I think could work really well in Destiny 2. I'm still waiting for the day that, Rusted Lands and like Exodus Blue and Drifter and any of those maps come back to D2 in like a new way, shape, or form. But I'm pretty darn happy with the way things are thus far. Now, finally, the last thing I wanted to talk a bit about was, of course, Update 1.2.1, the one about faction rallies that's dropping next week on May 29th. Now, in this update, there's three big things, of course, that we're getting. Faction rallies are of course returning with whatever improvements Bungie has laid into them. Very interested in seeing how they're revamping the faction rally system after what we had back in Season 2. Crucible Labs is of course coming, and the first round of exotic armor sandbox changes are going to be dropping as well. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty big week next week. Of course, I'm super excited for faction rallies. I cannot wait to learn more about that. We'll probably be hearing about that as well as Crucible Labs over the course of this week. But Crucible Labs is the big ticket item there. We got a really excited conversation about that in a video last week, but I just wanted to expand a bit more on Crucible Labs. A lot of people are hoping that it's like a public test realm, a public test server. I would love it if that were to happen. I get the feeling, and I talked a bit about this on the Planet Destiny podcast. I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts about Crucible Labs and whatnot out. I think it's a great idea. I think it's perfect for right now. This could not have dropped at a more perfect time for Bungie, and it's coming so quickly. I never would have expected to get this thing, just a few weeks after Warmind dropped. But I really get the feeling that it's probably gonna be sort of like private matches are right now in the game, where it's a separate playlist within PvP, where you can kind of go in and experience a separate sandbox environment or a separate game mode, a new game mode that Bungie is testing out before they push it live for the main game. I think that's probably the most realistic thing to expect from them, considering I kind of doubt that they're going to have a public test realm in the same vein as other games like World of Warcraft and The Division have them, where they have like a separate client that you have to download and play on. Although that certainly could be the case. We do remember about a year or so ago, before Destiny 2 came out, when some of those Bungie devs were talking about how they have a version of Destiny that they can go home and play, a private version with like a clone of their characters that they can go and test things on. So it could actually be something like that, which would be insane. That would be incredible. I think this is the exact sort of thing Bungie has needed to do, especially when it comes to balancing PvP for a very, very long time. I really hope that this provides an opportunity for Bungie to push out sandbox updates, like, maybe some changes to time to kill and the way some exotics work and the way some abilities work, and allow players to test those before they put that into the main game. I absolutely believe this is going to be where we experience new game modes that are probably going to be coming out within the expansion later this year. But to be perfectly honest, the thing I'm most excited to test is hopefully if they have, like, in the first round of Crucible Labs that's going to be starting next week, they say, okay, Crucible Labs is live for everyone. You're only going to be able to play Clash and Control in this game playlist, but the sandbox has been tuned a bit. Weapons have been tuned so that the average time to kill is like 1 second, or maybe 0.95 seconds. Have fun, let us know what you like, let us know if it's fast enough now, if it's too slow now. That's the kind of experience I'm really hoping to get out of Crucible Labs. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for Bungie to get some real live feedback on the way their game is and directly incorporate that feedback into the development for the upcoming content. I'm really excited for it, and I cannot wait to try out Crucible Labs next week. Hopefully we'll be learning more about it as this week goes on. But alright Guardians, that was pretty much everything I wanted to talk to you all about today. Are you psyched for Iron Banner? Do you like the way the new sort of armor ornament system is working within Iron Banner, or would you like for there to be separate armor sets between each season? Personally for me, again, I think it's pretty convenient to only have to own one set of armor and then just be able to activate a bunch of different ornaments based on the season. But if you've got your own thoughts, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Also, what are you expecting from Crucible Labs? What are you hoping that it's going to be? Be sure to let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest Destiny 2 news. But alright, it's going to be it for this one, Guardians. Thank you all so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.